we're going to briefly look at switching between two forms. But before we do that, let's rewrite this following polynomial in standard form. And all standard form means is to write the polynomial where the powers of x are decreasing and the constant term is last. What that means is like you got your highest exponent, so it goes like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then your constant, something like that. So let's identify our highest exponent. We've got 4, right? So then it's going to be a 4, then 3, then 2, and there's no 1, then your constant. You just put in that in order. So this is going to be, you start with your highest one, which is negative 10x to the 4th power. All right, and again, you take the entire term. All right, then the next one was the one with the 3rd power. So you're going to say negative x to the 3rd power. The next one was squared, so you take everything with it. So this is plus 1 over 7x squared, and then the constant term being the end. So again, standard form means that now you should be able to look at your polynomial and it's decreasing. So it's going 4, 3, 2, no x, and then the constant. Okay, so that's how you just put it in standard form. All right, so we're going to take a look at factor to standard form. And all you have to do is distribute and simplify. Okay, so the question says, find the area of a square with a side length of 2x minus 3. All right, so let's visually envision that real quick. So we have a side length of 2x minus 3. And because it's a square, all the sides are 2x minus 3, right? So immediately, if you're looking for the area base times height or width times length, you're multiplying these two together. So what I can really say is that I have 2x minus 3 twice, right? And I can write it as an exponent. Or I could write it out as 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3. So I just want you to know that both of these mean the same thing. They're equivalent, right? So I have two of these, or I can say this times this. All right, so now that I have that, what I want us to do is, and this box is just simply for organization purposes. What we're going to do is we're going to write one of them on this side and then the other on this side. So let's go ahead and write it out. So this is going to be 2x minus 3, and this is going to be 2x minus 3. So basically, and the order doesn't matter. You can put this one over here and this one over there. Now, these are identical, but what I'm saying is for the ones that are not identical. All right, now once you have that, you're going to go ahead and multiply each thing one at a time. So you'll see that this and this give you this box right here. So what is 2 times 2, which is 4? And then what is x times x? So I'm just going to write that on the side somewhere over here. X times x is another way of saying what? X to the 2nd power. I see twice. So this is x squared. Okay. Then I'm going to go to the bottom box. So I'm going to do this one and again this one. All right. So the arrow comes all the way from the top. So now I have coefficients, negative 3 times 2, which is negative 6, and then just the x, so x. Okay, now I'm going to go to this box right here, and on that box, I'm going from this one and this one, and that goes into that box. So I have coefficient-wise 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6, and then x times, and I don't have another x there, so just one of the x's. All right, then finally on the very last box, let's do this color. On the very last box, you're coming from here to here. Okay, so you see that these two give you that last box. So from here to here. So I got negative times negative, which is positive. 3 times 3, which is 9. So negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. And what you're going to notice that this box just organizes it for you is that it makes your diagonal boxes the same variable to where you can combine them. So after you multiply, you just combine like terms. So we've got 4x squared by itself. And then you've got these two that you can combine. So I've got negative 6 minus 6, which is negative 12x. And then you got this one by itself, which you can combine, which is positive 9. All right, so this is called the box method. What I want to show you real quick is just how to do it without the box method. So I'm going to actually do that on the top here. So you start off by what they call distribute. So you go 2x times 2x, which is 4x squared, which will give you this one right here. Okay, then you've got, and I'll change my color to, I guess it was green. Then you've got 2x times negative 3, which is negative 6x. Okay, Then you've got, now that's the first one, you've distributed it all the way in. Now we're going to distribute the second one. So negative 3 times 2x, which is negative 6x. And then finally, and I'll change my color to blue, negative 3 distributed to the last one. So negative 3 times negative 3, which is positive 9. And you can see this does the same thing as a box. You got this 4x squared right here. You got two negative 6x's right here. And then you got this positive 9 right here. And then all you're going to do is combine like terms. So what look alike here? These two terms right here can be combined. So then you just combine them and you're going to get 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. So you get to come to the exact same conclusion. So two different methods, either the box method or distributing. And then, of course, as always, you can always check your answer and should always check your answer in Desmos before you submit. So I'm going to write in the question that I had, so which was 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3, and then my answer, and I can actually even put in my work as long as, and you can do your work in Desmos to make sure every line is right. So let me write in my work. So this is 4x squared minus 6x minus 6x plus 9, and you can see what happened. It totally matches, right? Then I'm going to combine these two here to make what? Negative 12x. See, it's not matching, but when I put it back in, now we're matching. So just make sure you're using Desmos. Put in your question, put in your answer choice. If it matches, you are fine. And which is what I want to show you with this. So this is factored. Factored again means two parentheses to no parentheses. In fact, let me go ahead and say that. Factored is two parentheses to no parentheses. Now we're going to look at vertex. Vertex is one parentheses and standard form is no parentheses. So we're going to go from one parenthesis, which is right there. So again, we're going to type that in. So negative 3x minus 2 squared plus 3. All right, so there's my one parentheses, and then here are my no parentheses. And we've just established that using Desmos, what you can do is, let me click home. All right, so that way I can see it. You're just going to type it in and see which one matches. 12x minus 9. Oh, the first one? Interesting. All right, so the first one matches perfectly, so it's correct. I'm just going to double check everything else to make sure they don't match and there's not more than one equivalent. That one does not match. So A is the answer right now, and it might be right the equivalent form. Okay, so they're only saying it's 1, but I'm just going to check all of them. 3x minus 12 minus 12x minus 9. Okay, that doesn't match. Plus 9 also does not match. So the only one that matched is A. Now I am going to show you how to quickly do this. However, I think most of the time they're going to give you the question in multiple choice. So again, what does this squared mean? This thing twice. All right, so I'm going to do x minus 2, x minus 2. Okay, so I'm going to do the box method for organization. That's that twice. Then when I get that answer, it's going to be negative 3 times whatever answer I got, and then plus 3. So I'm using the box method to do this part twice. All right, so if I do the box method to do that part twice, I'm going to get x times x, which is x squared. Then I'm going to get negative 2 times x, which is negative 2x. Then in this box, x times negative 2, which is negative 2x. Then in this box, negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4, combined like terms. So I'm going to get x squared. And then I've got negative 2 minus 2, which is negative 4x, and then positive 4 on its own. All right, so all I did was x minus 2 twice. And you can definitely write them in parentheses here and distribute them. Now, let me go ahead and distribute everything in. So I've got negative 3x squared. And then negative 3 times negative 4 is positive. So negative times a negative is positive. Positive 12x. And then negative 3 times 4 is, again, negative 12. And then I got this plus 3. And honestly, I should be doing my work as I'm going in here. So let me go ahead and type this in. So I had negative 3 on the outside. And then I had x squared minus 4x plus 4. I'm just checking my work as I go, plus 4. And then I had a plus 3 outside. See, I'm matching. Then after I distribute it, on this line, I'm going to get negative 3x squared. So now there's no parentheses, plus 12x minus 12. And then plus the, minus 12. Then plus the 3, and I'm still matching. And now I can combine like terms. These look alike to me. These These look alike, so I can combine them. So I'm going to get negative 3x squared plus 12x. Negative 12 plus 3 is negative 9. So now I'm going to say that, this combines, and you can just take them to the next line. Negative 9. And I'm still matching, and therefore my answer is A. All right, so again, if they give you multiple choice, you can just do test-taking strategies. If they don't give you multiple choice, you do have to go ahead and do it. Let's practice.